When I found out about my wife's affair, it wasn't through a fight or a suspicious text. It came from something small, almost meaningless. My phone had died, so I borrowed hers to call my mom. As I unlocked it, a message appeared. Can't wait to see you again. Beautiful. Same hotel. It was from someone saved as Martin, project lead. My chest tightened. I opened conversation, and there it was. The truth I'd been avoiding. Flirty messages, hotel bookings, photos, private jokes about how I'd never catch on. My wife, Emma, the person I trusted most, was sleeping with a coworker. I sat in the dark for hours, scrolling through every message, watching my marriage crumble in front of me. But it wasn't anger that rose in me. It was colder control. I didn't want to yell or break things. I wanted her to feel the weight of her choices. Quiet humiliation would speak louder than rage ever could. I found Martin's wife, Olivia, on social media. A few clicks later, I had her number. I didn't confront her immediately. I sent a careful message. I think our spouses have been spending a lot of time together. Maybe we should talk. She replied almost instantly. The next day, we met at a small cafe. Both of us acted cautious, unsure, but when I showed her the screenshots, her face went pale. She whispered that Martin had told her it was all just business dinners. I nodded. That's what I'd been told, too. The shock between us shifted into understanding, a silent agreement that we wouldn't just sit and cry. By the end of our meeting, we had a plan, calm, precise, sharp. You want me to be your date? Olivia asked, a flicker of mischief breaking through her hurt. Exactly, I said. Not to get even, just to let them feel what it's like when control slips from their hands. A week later, I booked a table at the same restaurant Emma and Martin favored. I made sure they'd be there. I'd overheard their plans on one of Emma's calls. That night, Olivia looked stunning in a black dress. I wore a dark suit. We arrived laughing, leaning close, drawing attention, and it worked. Heads turned. Emma froze mid-bite, her face draining of color. Martin looked like he'd swallowed glass. Olivia leaned close to me, just enough for them to hear, and said, "You were right, Daniel. This place is perfect for our first date." Emma's jaw tightened. The air felt thick, charged. Even the waiter, unsure, asked Martin if he wanted his usual wine. That small comment shattered the illusion entirely. Emma pushed back her chair and stormed toward us. "Daniel, what the hell is this?" she demanded. I met her eyes calmly. "A double date. You didn't think you two were the only ones allowed to have one, did you?" The restaurant fell silent. Olivia turned to Martin and said softly, "Enjoy your meal, dear. You'll need the energy to explain this later." I left some cash on the table and said, "We're done here." Then we walked out, whispers trailing behind us. Emma called my name, but I didn't turn. For the first time, she got to feel what it's like to be left behind. Not out of anger, but absolute calm. Later, Olivia and I sat at a quiet bar, drinks untouched. "Did you think they'll ever understand?" she asked. I shrugged. "Maybe, but that's not the point. They needed to see they don't own the ending." She smiled faintly. For a brief moment, peace replaced bitterness. Weeks later, Emma appeared at my door, crying, saying she'd ended it and wanted to fix things. I listened, then said simply, "You broke something you can't repair," and I closed the door. That's when I realized revenge was never about hurting her. It was about reclaiming myself. The real victory wasn't destruction. It was taking back control.